Greetings, Koopalings. Donnie's back at it. I've been missing on all of our podcasts for a couple weeks now as the World Cup hell has taken over my life. But yeah, today I had a day off and I'm sitting in the Discord talking with folks and, we're going all over the Steam Machine stuff. If those of you that listen to our channel regularly, I'm pretty hyped for the Steam Machine. And there's a lot of conversation going on about it right now, and none of it very positive. And I'm not going to be here and tell you that I'm going to be super positive about it either. But I am excited for it. I am still getting one, and I just thought I'd record a little something to say why, because it doesn't seem like anybody out there is doing that. There's a lot of people making content and videos about why you shouldn't get one. But I don't feel like anybody's trying to service why anybody should get one, and I'm positive it will sell out. I'm positive there are people out there that are still going to get one despite the price tag. And I just thought I'd share that. I wanted to hit the booth. I wanted to podcast. I wanted to do something. It's not like for me to just miss weeks and weeks and weeks on end. And then tomorrow I go back to World Cup, and I don't think I'll be back until like July 5th or 6th or something. So it's just going to go back again. So if I waited until I come back to say anything, by then I may have a Steam Machine by then. It could be a month from now. Nobody cares anymore. So I'm going to do that. I'd also like to share, I've got a funny story, at least I think a funny story about PSVG, something that happened to me while I was at work. And I thought I would share about that. And then if anybody pops in the chat, I'll just do a little impromptu stream here. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about ye old Steam Machine. So I'm going to bring this up here. Obviously old news at this point, but the Steam Machine has been priced. Wait lists have happened. Reservations should go out Thursday, and they're having a random draw on who gets to be the lucky people that gets to order one of these, at least in the first wave. And the thing that has the whole internet talking is the price. The Steam Machine base price, the 512 without a controller, is $1,000, $1,050. With a controller, it's $1,128, and with a 2 terabyte SSD, the GameCube is $1,428. As Garrett Bland enters the chat. What's up, Garrett? And this has people, really, I want to say in their feelings. I don't know if it's that serious, but this has got people saying a lot of big things. And when I say people, let me just click over to YouTube. So I'm over here at YouTube, and I've just typed in Steam Machine, and you'll see the Steam Machine has a huge flaw. The base PS5 is destroying the Steam Machine. Let's talk about the Steam Machine situation. Even Valve is disappointed. Let's build a PC. It's all negative, right? The Steam Machine is impossible to recommend. The world's most you're seeing it. Nexus was pretty hard on it. It's just this is the trend. This is the wave that all the content folks are going. I get it. $1,000 is a really tough pill for a lot of people to swallow, especially those that are probably in our age bracket. As I scroll through the white males of YouTube, which is typically like gaming channels. They're all kind of my age, right? We're talking that 30 to 40-year-old white male grew up with gaming demo. We've grown up thinking, basically buying consoles that were never more than $500. And then we've all talked about what the AI race and scarcity and storage and RAM have done, to this market that we've known. We've seen the many price increases that the PlayStation 5 has had, the Xbox, even worse, the Steam Deck, the Lenovo Legion Go, the ROG Ally, all of the things. Everything's going up, and people are angry about it. And I do believe they are taking it out on the Steam machine, and I get it. And I would say there's no excusing it. I'm not going to try to. If that's just too much money for you, I understand. It's probably too much money for a lot of people. I am still excited for this thing. I am still planning to buy one. I'm hoping my name gets pulled on Thursday. I have been planning for this. I've been stashing aside paycheck by paycheck. I've cashed out all my rewards points. So while the price is, I will even admit the price is higher than I wanted it to be for sure. Nobody wants to pay $1,400 for a game console or PC. You know, that's a lot of money. But I am in somewhat good shape. You know, like I said, I've been saving. You know, so I've got about 1,000. I think it's 1,029 saved in my Steam wallet. So I'm only a couple hundred away from where I needed to be. So if my name gets pulled Thursday, I'm going to check out with no problem. But more importantly, I just wanted to explain. I wanted to make a video, make something, a podcast, just letting people know why I'm still getting one and why I'm still excited for it. I'm actually really excited to get one. And for those of us that have been living the decky life, you know, like those in our Discord that chat around, you know, like I'm really excited to get one for the experience first and foremost. You know, that's the thing I've been bringing up this whole time. If we waited for the price and the announcement, is the SteamOS experience is fantastic. Like the Steam Deck had so much more life than it deserved because of the community, because of the mods, because of the many customizations you can do to it. The thing really punches above its spec sheet, and I expect the Steam machine will do the same. There are benchmarks out there, and they are true. And they are exactly what I told people it was going to be when it was announced, because we already knew what the parts were going to be. It is somewhere around a base PS5, give or take the game. In some situations, it's slightly better. In some situations, it's slightly worse. It cannot do ray tracing, you know, so you're going to be somewhat limited. You know, it's a great 1080p box, perhaps 1440p, but you're not going to be doing a whole lot of 4K with you know, the latest and greatest modern games. That works for me. I have a bunch of devices that do that. So I feel like a lot of the arguments that are being made against this thing are being made, you know, from a place where people seem to suggest that like you can only ever have one thing. Why buy this when you could buy that? You know, it's like I've already bought that. I'm buying this because I think it's cool. And I'm really excited about my little GameCube and what this little 6x6x6 little box can do. I'm not worried about what it can't do. I'm not worried about what it can't do compared to something else. Because my Steam Deck, you know, like I have my Lenovo deck, and it can't play a bunch of things for it, and I love it all the same. It doesn't change anything for me. I still play my Steam Deck regularly. A lot of the games I even play on my Steam Deck, you know, aren't the ones that I would need a 4080 to play anyway. You know, so I've talked a lot about that, and I'm not going to turn this little stream into that. You know, I've talked a lot about the math that gamers do, the gamer math, the you know, price per pixel. You know, I think if that's all that matters to you, and clearly for a lot of people, that's it. And that's okay. I'm not dismissing that opinion at all. That's just for me. That's not really the issue. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty jazzed. I'm hoping my name gets pulled. But in addition to like scrolling, you know, these videos, I pulled up a few things I wanted to kind of scroll across, because it's, like I said, it's not just this. We've got you know, the building a PC to beat the Steam machine from Linux today, or I mean, from Linus today. I'm going to go through that in a little bit. I also have the Steam machine Reddit, which I've been posting on for months. It's been absolutely inundated and flooded with memes and shit posts and people dunking on it and offering PCs and other alternatives to buy. Like, as you'd expect, Reddit's going to do what Reddit does, and they are doing it. You know, like, and this is kind of the energy. This is kind of the energy. I was like, you know what? I want to record something, you know, because I feel like the internet almost thrives on, and I don't want to turn this into that thing. I can almost like argue with myself in my head. You know, the internet almost thrives on sort of like this negative slant media. You know, very few people talking about what they're excited about and what they're happy for. It's what they're angry about. It's what is bad, what is trash, what is slop, what is, you know, like that seems to get more traction. And that's okay. But when I see those sorts of things, it's never fun when the internet collectively hates on a thing that you like. I think everyone has that story. Everyone has that thing that they liked, that game, that media, that movie, that music, whatever it is. Everyone has that experience where you found something, you genuinely liked it, and the world told you you shouldn't. And that's never fun. And I have found myself there somewhat, I think, often. I like a lot of games that people don't like. I like a lot of bad games. I'll even go that far. I'll admit to that as well. So this is somewhat of a, I don't want to say normal thing for me. I don't think of myself that much of a hipster. But yeah, I feel like this is a common occurrence. I generally kind of like what I like, and that sometimes it puts me in the group of many, and often it puts me in the group of few. And when I find myself in these situations, when the internet kind of rages against something, particularly something that I'm excited for, I like to do this. I like to podcast. I like to talk with my friends. I like hitting the microphone. I like being the change you want to see in the world. I want to be the person that tells you why. Yeah, like I understand why people hate it, but here's why I like it. And I do kind of wish more people just did that. I do kind of wish people were just like, I'm excited for it. There surely is a lot of people and a lot of talk out there today about, from people, a lot of takes from people that were never going to buy a Steam machine to begin with. Probably don't have a Steam Deck. I'll actually, you know what? I'll call a spade a spade. I'm going to throw them out there. I'll throw Linus into that mix. If anybody watched his unboxing video, the man basically acted like he never saw a Steam Deck before. Didn't know startup movies. Didn't know the point shop. Like, I'm wondering, does he even use Steam? Now, I'm not mad that he created a video. He's a giant YouTuber. That's what he does. But that's the point I'm making. There's a lot of people out there, yelling at other people about what they should or shouldn't buy when they had no interest or intent on buying anything to begin with. So it's real easy to do that when you had no skin in the game. So as I'm going to look at the chat, Garrett said it's going to sell out easily. It is. And I'm not sure if that's for demand or supply. That's the scary part. I'm somewhat afraid it's going to sell out immediately because they've only made 9 of them because it's so expensive. I did sign up. I signed up for both the bundles. I'm hoping to get I was hoping the 2 terabyte bundle would be the thing that maybe if I signed up for that one, maybe I would have a better chance of getting in the queue. I've since I don't think it matters because I actually think everyone just signed up for all of them. As I keep reading Reddit and keep reading, I just keep seeing more and more people. Like everyone just signed up for all 4. They're just hoping to buy any Steam machine at all. So yeah, I don't feel any more hopeful about it now. But I did sign up for both the bundles with the controller. If my name gets pulled Thursday for either one, I will just buy that one and make up the rest somewhere else. But I am excited. Like I said, I've been pretty excited about this for a minute. So I'm going to grab my chair and put my desk down, and then let's get into it. Okay. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. I do miss everyone. I miss podcasting. I miss Delvin. I miss Devin. I miss Rebecca. I miss hanging out with all of you guys. Like Star Fox, I guess, is about to come out. I'm going to miss that. That's a bummer. I haven't been playing a whole lot of games during World Cup. When I do get home, on the few nights I've been home, I've slept at the office like 5 nights. On the few nights I do get home, it's usually late because we're doing 13-hour shifts. So I play something real quick and then I go to bed. It's been a lot of that poker night game that's on Steam and Switch that I've been talking about. That game is really, really fun, and it's an excellent time waster. I think I'm going to play that game for 1,000 hours, by the time I'm, the Switch 2 is over with. But today, I can at least, before getting into the Steam machine, I'll let you know, today I played probably 3 hours of Devil May Cry 5 on Switch 2, and that is fantastic. It is really nice. It runs great, looks great. Like, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that they did the early discount for early adopters. I'm not sure if it's still up, but if you pre-ordered, you're getting it for $29.99. I think it's MSRP is at $40. I have already played this game before, but having it on the go, having it on Switch 2, I'm a big Devil May Cry fan, so I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to beat that whole game again. So that's pretty great. But yeah, back to the Steam Machine. So obviously the price is the price, and we know why the price is high. And if you're mad at Valve about that, sure, I get it. They are, Gaben is probably a trillionaire or whatever. Like he's got all the money for all the yachts. So if that's your anger, I'm not going to tell you not to have it. You can have it and throw it any way you want. We know why it's expensive though. It's the same reason everything else is expensive. I'm going to hide this for real quick. Let's go look up, let's see here. Lenovo Legion Go S. Let's go over to Best Buy's website and let's take a look at some things. Let's pull this back up. Yeah, so everything's expensive, right? The Lenovo Legion Go is $1,800. The Lenovo Legion Go S, the one that I have, my Steam Deck, the one that I love so much, it's $1,400. Like everything has gone up. The PlayStation 5 is like what, $700, $600, something like that. The Xbox 2 terabyte whatever is $700 or $800. Like all of the stuff has gone up in price, and it sucks. And if you're one of those folks, you're like, I'm just going to keep what I've got. Yeah, absolutely do that. You absolutely should. I'm hoping that this is not. I'm hoping that this is somewhat short-lived and not the new normal. I'm afraid that this is the new normal. I don't think the spend and investment on AI is going to stop soon. Not in the next couple of years, I don't think so. I think people, there's a lot of people that want this bubble to burst, quote unquote. There's just a lot of spend there that I don't think is just going to turn off like that. There's a lot of application. This is kind of, I don't want to say this is the future, but it might be. And I don't think they're going to give up so quickly. So I am somewhat bracing for the fact that, yeah, like these things that we like, these local compute devices that we've all grown up with, maybe they're going to be a little bit more expensive, in the years ahead. And I do say a little bit more expensive, because while I would never tell anybody that $1,400 is, something most people spend on. But the reality is that people spend $1,400 on things all the time. Like not like 17-year-old kids in high school, but definitely working adults. They buy washers and dryers, they buy cars, they buy cell phones, they buy laptops, they buy MacBooks. There's lots of things in life that cost Coach purses, diamond rings, that sort of thing. So, $500, $800, $900, like there reaches a point where it's kind of, like you're going to have to plan for it. You're going to have to pay for it. I guess the question is like, how much of this hobby, do you care to support? How much is that value to you? And obviously that's going to be subjective to every single person. For me, the idea of having my Steam library, my Steam family plan, all of the retro emulation things that a Steam device provides me, having all of that on my television that I can press a button on a controller and turn on, to me, that's worth it. Like the price of admission is worth it for me. Like I said, I already planned for it, so I'm not, I don't have to come out of pocket on Thursday. I had already kind of set money aside for it. But that said, I didn't want it to be this much. I was kind of hoping for like $8.99, maybe like $10.99 on the higher one. But again, as I mentioned, everything's expensive. Just scroll around, right? Everything's expensive. I have bought PCs that are more expensive than the Steam Machine, which is what that is, right? That's what the Steam Machine is. It's a PC. I've bought more expensive ones. I've bought 2 Alienware desktops that were each over $2,000 a piece. So that price thing is just going to be individual. And I'm not going to try to talk anybody off of it. That's just the thing. I do wonder if there's probably a group of people out there that are hating this thing because they can't afford it. And I totally get that. I grew up that way. Like that was like my whole childhood, I feel like, was looking at things that we could never afford, and wanting them, so now that I'm in a position where I can buy the things that I want, I want to buy it. Like there's a part of me that fears like if nobody buys it, then they go away, right? That's the opposite of that. I think people think the price may come down, but I don't necessarily know that, right? Because the price of the components and the demand is what it is. That's reality. Those are there. Just because people don't buy a Steam machine doesn't mean it's going to come down in price. It just probably means that they probably don't do a Steam machine. And as someone who owned the original Steam machine, I don't want to see that happen. I bought into the first Steam machine, which I feel like the value proposition on the first Steam machine was way worse than this one, because we didn't even know if any of that was going to work. Spoiler, none of it did. The original Steam machine couldn't even play games on Steam. It was so bad. And I had one. I bought one day one, just like I'm going to buy one of these day one. But I have so much more faith in this one because of what we have with the Steam Deck. And actually, as I say that, I'm going to go get my Steam Deck for a minute. I feel like I want to hold something, so I'll be right back. I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, I've got the. Let me turn that back off. I'm going to turn it back on. See if we can put this into the camera and see if you guys can see it. I doubt it, but we'll try. We'll try and see if it works. Let's blow it up real big here. I want to hold up my Steam Deck. I mean, look at this thing. Well, No More Heroes going. Look at this. It pops up with Breath of the Wild Sheikah Slate. You know what I'm talking about? I love this thing. For anybody that's never seen it, this is my Lenovo Legion Go S. My Steam Deck, as I often refer to on the podcast, because nobody knows the difference between the different models. Yeah, this thing has made me love Steam in a way that I never did before. And I've always had a Steam library. Since it started, I've been grabbing free games and cheap games and bundles and buckets of games here and there, just like everyone else. And I got the first Steam machine thinking that, that would be the console I needed. I'm a Nintendo fan. Go Shack, Koopalings, all that. So these sorts of things, the PlayStation, the Xbox, all these sorts of things kind of swirl in my universe around whatever Nintendo thing I'm having. And the Steam machine version 1, the first one that we had, 15 years ago, I thought that was the perfect complement, to my Wii and my Wii U. It's like, oh yeah, I can get that and play a lot of the third-party games that doesn't come to Nintendo, and even some of these first-party games. And that has only grown, over the years as I got Alienwares and I got different PCs and I got a Steam Deck and then eventually got the Lenovo Legion Go, and all of the Xbox games are there, and Gears is there, and God of War's there, and Spider-Man's there, and The Last of Us is there. It's like I've really loved Steam. So when the Steam machine was announced, kind of this, let's try it again, having played this Steam Deck for years and everything that I love about it, all the customizations, being able to change my boot screen, being able to change my suspend screen, being able to suspend games and hop in and out of them, being able to play games that just aren't on consoles, which is honestly the majority of the games I play on Steam are not. I'm not playing God of War on Steam. I'm playing. Let's see what I'm playing right now. I pulled it up. You guys probably saw it. Let me turn it back on here. I'll skip past the Zelda thing. Yeah, right now I am playing Disc Golf Masters on Steam Deck. This is the dumb shit that I play on Steam. I play a lot of Next Fest stuff. I play a lot of indie stuff that probably never going to come to console. And in some ways, I would even say these are real exclusives. That's the sort of stuff I play. I play Schedule 1. I played Valheim. These are the things that I find on my Steam Deck. And the idea that I could have those and just play those on my television with a controller is awesome to me, even at this premium price, which I admit it stings. It stings that the price is that high. I'm very happy that I prepared for this, because if I didn't, I, like many others, would have to pass. I don't know if there is something out there. It feels somewhat disingenuous. I feel like a lot of people out there were only interested in this thing for content. And I feel like that's what's happening now. They're making the content, Steam Machine, right? They're going to make the videos, good or bad. You're going to view them and they're going to move on. And I feel like the handheld space that, especially those of us in our Decky channels that we follow, I feel like a lot of those channels just do that. They don't really care about what the things that they're not like really interested in the things. They just cover them because that's what their channel is. They cover them. I am excited for the Steam Machine because I'm going to use it. Like, I'm going to use it a lot. And the fact that it's a PC, I've kind of already talked myself into it, right? You could call it cope if you wanted to. Back when we started hearing the rumors, this thing's going to be more expensive than we want. AI is gobbling up all the RAM. Valve doesn't have the purchasing power. You know, I kind of made amends then. I was like, you know what? Oh, well, I'm just going to buy it anyway, you know, because of the experience. There's a lot of gamer math going on out there today. Let's go look at Linus's video here. Yeah, Linus's video here. I'm going to play it. I'm going to turn down the music. I don't think you can hear the audio anyway. Let's pull this up a little. And I'm not going to just like try to prove him wrong. That's not what I'm doing at all. He's an excellent YouTuber. He walks through here, goes through all the parts on Newegg that you can buy, the motherboard, picks out every individual part and piece that you could get, talks about cases, right? This is the case that they were going to use, but they didn't. So it looks like, let's see if I can get there. It looks like that, and essentially, it goes through this whole video and shows you that you can build a machine, a desktop PC, that has better output than the Steam Machine. We've always known that. We've all known that. I've known that for some time now. You could do it probably cheaper. It's going to be hard to be cheaper, but it's possible. It's possible to do it, and that's what this video is covering. But even if it's a little bit more expensive, let's just say, if the price doesn't matter as much, you can probably get a lot more machine for spending a little bit more than what the Steam Machine costs. That's out there. If I hop back over to our Discord, I had another one I wanted to pull up earlier. See if I scroll up here, because there's a lot of these too, like this Wario tweet. I'll throw this one up here. Wario says, this is the Acer Nitro 6C gaming desktop. It's got an Intel Ultra 5 processor with an RTX 5060 in it. And, people are like, the first thing, you're better off getting this than a Steam Machine. This is so much better. If you go to the quotes, it's all full of this. This is the Steam Machine this is the wave right now. Everyone hates on it, right? There's a point here that I want to make, and it's somewhat the reason for even like hitting live and wanting to talk to you all about this, is that this isn't a Steam Machine. And I keep seeing this happen over and over again. And if I go back to Linus's video, when they pull out their PC, like, this is his PC. Look at this thing. Look at this. This is his, I built a PC better than the Steam Machine. But that's not a Steam Machine. And I realize that I am in the minority here on this. But because I'm not seeing another channel talk about this, I felt compelled to do it. Like, that's why I'm here. Look at this box, everyone. It's 6 by 6 inches. It's half the size of a Series X. It's like a Series X cut in half. It's like half, maybe a third of the size of a PlayStation 5. It's incredibly smaller than this tower. It's not this mangled mess of computer that Linus has put together here. Like, those aren't Steam Machines. So while I understand that if you're the type of person that all you care about is the frame counter in the corner, and you don't care how big it is, how loud it is, what it looks like, you don't care, you'll throw it, under your desk or in a closet and run a cable, you'll never look at it again, great. Then you shouldn't get a Steam Machine. If that's you, I'm actually somewhat interested why you were ever interested in a Steam Machine to begin with. Because all of these options and DIY math and things you can do, that's been there the whole time. It's the whole time, right? You could DIY, build your own PC indefinitely. That's been there since the beginning. So why would you be interested in a pre-built anyway? A pre-built small form factor mini PC, which is what the Steam Machine is. Now, if you were to try to compare the Steam Machine against other similar like mini PCs, from like Minis Form or something like that, you're going to be hard pressed to beat this on price. You just are. Like, that's just the reality of it. And I've spent a year since we've been waiting on the Steam Machine, looking at pre-built options, looking at custom options. I found a couple that I thought were good. A couple even that have the 9070 XT in them that's like significantly better. And I almost bought them. They all seem to be around that $1,500 range. So I feel like the price for what it is, if you're comparing like things to like things, if that matters to you, as it does to me, I feel like is okay. Is it more expensive than I wanted it to be? Absolutely is. And I think before all the AI stuff, I think this would have been cheaper. It probably would have been $800 or maybe $1,000 tops. And then with all the RAM and stuff, it's gone up. But there just seemed to be such an easy dismissal or omission for what the thing looks like and what it's going to do in a living room and not at a computer desk. What it's going to do in an entertainment center and how it's going to fit and how it's going to look, right? And I don't know. I don't like that because it was the first thing that attracted me to this device. So for me, that point is perhaps most important. I've talked about it a lot. I'll show it to everyone. I'm going to stand up my desk again so I can grab my camera and move it around. To the right of my television, when I move this camera around, you're going to see all my cubbies. And to the right of my television, you're going to see the cubby that I have set aside for the Steam Machine. So let me grab this. Hopefully I don't drop my camera. Right there. You see my Xbox One X? Right there to the right, that just that little cubby, that's where my Steam Machine's going to go. I am dealing with a physical constrained limitation, right? I can only have something in such a space. It has to fit in that space, nothing more, nothing less. This is why I held off on a PlayStation 5 for so long. This is why I had a Series X to begin with, because the Series X just fit in that space, like just barely, with like maybe 2 inches clearance. The Series X fit in there. Now, as I mentioned, there's a lot of gamer math out there. Why would you get this when you could get the Walmart PC? Why get this instead of a PS5? I mean, I'll make those arguments. I don't think they're going to particularly change anyone's opinion, so I don't want this video to be that. I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong. But I see people asking the question, and there are answers to the questions that others aren't providing. You know, why get this instead of a PlayStation 5? Well, this can play Sleeping Dogs. My PlayStation 5 can't. I've tried, right? This can play Disc Golf Masters. My PlayStation 5 can't. I can put my entire ROM library on this. I can play WCW NWO Revenge on this. My PlayStation 5 can't. Even if you were to grab an Xbox, this Steam Machine can play Spider-Man. My Xbox can't. My Steam Machine can play God of War. My Xbox can't. I can buy games by the bundle on the Steam Machine. I can buy them. I can probably buy 20 games right now in Humble Bundle for $14.99. I can't do that on my PlayStation or my Xbox. If you're looking at that Walmart PC from Walmart or from Wario, and I love Wario, so I hate that I'm using him to be my foil, but I got to make a point. And, you know, if this is your PC, great. That won't fit in my cubby. Like, that's not going to go there. Guess what else is not going to go there? This Frankenstein thing that Linus put together. That's also not going to fit in the cubby. So I am basically drawing all kinds of lines in the sand as to why I'm in the minority and the niche market on this. But there is a niche market for this. And you're right. I'm the 1%er. I happen to fit squarely right into this thing. You know, this thing is doing a lot for me. You know, the fact that it has faceplates. All of you guys know I have, as you can see right over my shoulder, the 3DS with faceplates. I own like 40 pairs of faceplates. Every device I have. Look at my Steam Deck. I'm not sure if you guys caught it the first time I showed you, Lenovo Legion Go. I replaced the back plate just to give it a little something, a little pizzazz. I do custom hardware all the time. I paint them. I put dock covers on them, dock stickers. I have looky here, I'll just grab one right next to me. I have a No More Heroes Nintendo Switch. It was my first Nintendo Switch that I customized. Like, being able to have something that I can throw in my cubby and show a little personality and have a little charisma and a little charm, you know, like, that makes me want to like this thing. That means something to me. There's value there. And that's before we even talk about going back to Lance's video, this whole thing, it's 20 minutes of him surfing Newegg and combing through Part Picker and finding all that. Who wants to do that? If you were ever wanted to do that, if you ever considered doing it, if you're on Reddit right now, on the Steam Machine Reddit going, why don't you just do this? You were never going to get one of these to begin with. This thing is clearly made for people that don't want to do that. Yeah. I feel like these arguments are somewhat in bad faith, and I'm not to mean that they're wrong. The critical analysis, I think, is fantastic. That's good. And people need to be informed buyers. They should know what they're buying. And you should know that if you get this thing, you're spending essentially twice as much money on PS5 performance at less than half the size of a PS5. That's essentially what you're buying. So it's like, if you care about that, then you can spend more. If you don't care about it, you could spend less, get a PS5 and sit that next to your TV. No one's telling anyone not to buy something, or at least I'm not. I'm not telling anyone not to buy something. I think the arguments and the videos and the articles that are being written about this thing are maybe missing that point a bit. Like, I don't know anyone, like, I understand a lot of people out there can't afford to buy everything, and maybe I'm somewhat in a luxurious position that I'm mentioning having multiple options, but it's not a zero-sum game, you know. You don't have to have one thing. You don't, like, the criteria for owning a new thing doesn't have to be, it must be better in every way than my other thing. I have things that can play games better than this. I have things that can play games worse than this. That's not why I have them. I have these different things because they give me something that I like about them. I still play my 3DS. My 3DS can't play anything like half as good as half of these things, right? But I still love my 3DS because it gives me experiences that I can't get anywhere else. And I think that's what attracts me to the Steam Machine. I'm going to be able to play Disc Golf Masters and Next Fest demos and all this different, stuff alongside my ROM library, alongside being able to mess around with the Decky plugin. And I can't wait. I do think it's not their fault because it's not ready yet, but obviously none of the benchmarks and specs and everything that's being shown about the Steam Machine is taking into account that they have FSR4 working for it, and that'll be hitting the pipeline very soon. It'll be interesting to see how good these games look once that's implemented, into the root of SteamOS. They're not going to run any better because my understanding is that FSR4 is somewhat heavy, right? So the cost to compute there is still going to be the same, but they're going to look a hell of a lot better. Like, you're seeing a lot of games right now on FSR 3.1, ultra quality mode, upscaled to 4K, and they look like shit because, that's what it looks like. That's what FSR 3 looked like when you do that. FSR 4 is going to clean that up a lot. It's still not going to be better than your console if you already have one. But I play things on Switch. And I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It does. I do care about performance. But, like Switch 2 for me is good enough. I'm playing Devil May Cry 5 on Switch 2. I've definitely seen that game look better than it does on Switch 2, but guess what? I'm playing it on Switch 2 and it's just fine. So for me, that part of this isn't as big of an issue to me. Like I said, I don't usually play those games on my Steam Deck. I doubt I'll play those types of games on my Steam Machine. But even if I did, I kind of feel like the Steam Machine's probably going to be better on the TV than the Switch 2 is. So the Switch 2 is good enough for me. So I'm good enough. I'm already there. Let's see. I've been talking for, I feel like a long time. 40 minutes. Good Lord. I just started talking. Let me go look at the chat. I'm over here by myself just talking. Let me scroll up here. Oh, I see Drew entered the chat. Hello. Drew says, I'm very keen on the Steam Machine, but seeing it play newer games on low settings took the wind out of my sails. Hoping hitting medium more reliably. I'm in the lotto though, so I'll see how. That's gonna get you there, man. I do feel like there's a lot of people like, why would I get rid of my PlayStation? Like, you shouldn't. I'm not saying that's you, but I've seen that a lot. Like, there seems to be a Steam Machine versus PS5 conversation, and I'm just like, I don't know, both. Let's see here. John 30 says, let's go Donnie stream. GameCube hype from Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. I miss you. She said, if you want to be pulling your hair out, stress of building something yourself and a huge tower instead of a tiny box. Yeah, the footprint the footprint stuff really, it does bother me because it's like, can we not just like things because they're cool anymore? Like my wife, when I showed her this, she goes, "Oh, it looks." She saw it with the wood panel faceplate, and she said, "Oh, I love it. It looks retro." Like to her, she was like, "It looks like an old speaker, like on the shelf from like the '70s." And I think the Steam Machine has a cool factor. It's got faceplates. It's got the light bar. It's small, right? It's I want to call it chic. It's very stylish. It's very simple. It's very elegant. I don't know when that went out the window. I think when those handhelds came out and like everyone just kept making bigger and bigger and gaudier handhelds, I have definitely learned, as I got rid of my Alienware for the Mac Mini, as all the handhelds craze have happened over the years, we've talked about this. People do not care. The majority of people just don't give a shit about the look of something or the size of something as long as it plays the game better or the best. Like that seems to be the race that I think a lot of people are on. And I for one, I'm happy that I'm not on that hamster wheel. So I can say that. I'll just say that here. Raven Fade series says it's perfect for the entertainment space. 6x6, you cannot fight with that. I have an issue putting my PS5 in my entertainment area. Well, you mean you don't want this giant spire sitting sitting in your living room for everyone else to see? I have a PlayStation 5. Even I have kind of somewhat put mine somewhat behind the TV to try and hide it as best I can. Let's see here. Rebecca says Nintendo plus Steam continues to be the elite combo. I agree. I'm a big fan. I have not seen faceplates go on sale separately. I'm assuming Valve will make some, but like you probably are, I'm hunting for Etsy. Like the moment some Etsy creators get going on this, I'm immediately going to start putting in some custom orders because I am dying for some faceplates. I desperately need a Fable faceplate by the time Fable comes out because I got the Fable Special Edition. I got the Steam version, so I'm going to get my Steam key, and I'm definitely going to put my Fable statue, Jack Blade statue, right next to my Steam Machine. I'm so excited. So I've got to get a matching faceplate. I would like a Half-Life faceplate. I'd like, honestly, I'd like probably 5 or 10 different versions of faceplates. It's going to take me a minute before I kind of figure it all out. But that customization, that ability to kind of make it your own, that's a big sell for me. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see here. The Winter Gamers, people with 3D printers are going to do some cool things with Steam Machine. That is true. And I'll even go a step further. If anything's based on the Steam Deck, just people with the Steam Machine are going to do cool things with the Steam Machine. Like what the Steam Deck can do is like crazy. That it has like lossless scaling. That people ported FSR to it on its own. That Decky plugin and the storefront is even a thing. That you can just go to this app that you can install on your Steam Deck and you can just download hundreds, if not thousands of apps to let you do whatever you want to this thing. Like you can't do that on a PS5. And if you're like, I don't care about that, I totally get it. But just don't dismiss that other people do, because I can't tell you how cool that is and how much I've enjoyed my custom boot screens, like volume controls. Somebody made, when I got the Legion Go, before Steam even supported it, somebody made a Decky Loader plugin that let me control the lights on the sticks. Like, I'm so excited because I feel like this happened with the Steam Deck. When you had the Steam Deck, now the Steam Deck was great out of the gate because of the price. The price was its thing. Like it was the value option. And I think that's why a lot of people are really upset or hurt. It's because they expected the same thing. But the Steam Deck wasn't like immediately great on day one. If anything, I feel like the people that reviewed the Steam Deck on day one probably had the worst reviews, because the community support and what would happen to the Steam Deck in the coming years completely changed the system. Like, to me, that's a big proponent of why I'm here for the Steam Machine. Because I feel like, yeah, there's probably going to be bugs and stuff. They're going to get it going with the HDMI and the CEC and the FSR. But once this goes out and the community gets it, they're going to dev the support for it. And just like on the Steam Deck, you're going to be able to put other launchers on it. You're going to be able to put Game Pass on it. You're going to be able to put retro on it. You can do emulation. It's going to be an ultimate emulation machine. I'm going to put every ROM I ever have on this box. And then that's probably where I will play the majority of those games for the rest of my life. Like, that's probably it. I feel like that's the end all be all for me. Like, I love retro decks so much. The fact that let's see if I can boot it up real quick. And I have no shame for anybody. I think a lot of people, the popular one is EmuDeck, and EmuDeck is a great service. It makes it easy. But retro deck, once I discovered it, that was the end all be all for me, because it is the easy button. It's the ultimate easy button. Let me go see if I can find it real quick. Go to my library. I gotta close this game first. Let me close this disc golf game. And by the way, if you guys are disc golfers out there, probably not. But if you are, like me, don't sleep on Disc Golf Masters. That's by far and away the best disc golf game I've played. All right, so let's see here. I'm playing Super Battle Golf, The Road to Dust and Sorrow, Bloodshed, Tape to Tape. Man, these are all just excellent, excellent Steam Deck games. Let's see here. Pins, retro deck. Press play. While that loads up, let's see here. Fan-made games. John 32 is really portable. It's kind of interesting. I can't wait for them to make a case that has a handle. I feel like that's definitely going to come. I'm not sure if anybody has seen. My retro deck has an update, so I may not be able to pull it up. But there is a portal cube that D-Brand is making, where you can turn it all into the portal companion. I wonder if somebody's going to come out with a case like that has a handle and you can like just legit GameCube it. I need a GameCube faceplate. Of course I need a GameCube faceplate. Who doesn't? Don't we all? I am wondering, I doubt it because the price is so high. I'm expecting the stock to be limited. But I'm wondering if we expect the Steam Machine to get variations like the Steam Deck did. Are you thinking that they'll come out with a special edition, like a white one, a see-through one? Like, I feel like the Cube and the GameCube evokes all of that. They should do a purple one. They should do an orange one. Could you imagine a Fantastic one, a grape one, an atomic purple one? Like that. Oh, that would be rad. That would be really, really cool. But I feel like the price is probably going to just punish demand. I can't imagine they're going to sell many of these things like by console standards. I didn't think, even if the price was great, I didn't think the market is really there for one of these things. And with the price, it being as high as it is, it's going to be even less. So I don't know if this thing will even outsell the Steam Deck at this point. I'd be interested in, what do you guys think? Because when this thing was announced, Dev was thinking that they might sell more of these than the Steam Deck just because there's a lot of people out there who wouldn't want a handheld or portable. But I think the price will really limit the amount of people that can afford or want one of these. Ooh, Rebecca's sending me Etsy links. Is that to the store with the the 3D printed Steam Machine faceplate for GameCube? How does this already here? Oh, that's incredible, Rebecca. Look at this. I got to pull this back. Oh, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. This is so... Man, that's the point I'm trying to make, Rebecca. The Steam Machine is going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun to have and figure out new things and see where it goes and see the support that it gets. I'm really excited. Like, I'm really hoping they pull my name. Yeah, here's a retro deck for anybody. Let me just go see. Pull myself back up here. Anybody that's never done... I think I closed it when I turned it around. Let's pull it back up. There we go. Retro deck. Look at my Nintendo Switch style retro deck. Where I can just sit here and comb through PSP, PS2, Xbox, GBA, Game Boy, Wii U, GameCube, N64. This is everything to me. I've played so much of just this instead on my Steam Deck. There's a part of me that's really hoping. I have no idea this is ever going to happen, but I'm really hoping that if you have a Steam machine, a Steam Deck and a Steam Machine, that we could like do some Wii U shit using your Steam Deck as a controller, like the Wii U gamepad. Imagine playing like 3DS, like Link Between Worlds emulation with your Steam Deck as your second screen and being able to do the touch screen and stuff just like we did on the Wii U with 3DS. I have no idea if that's going to happen. I'm positive the community knows that would be cool, and I guarantee you someone's going to try and do it. I don't know if it's possible, but someone's going to try and do it. And if they pull it off, I am here for it. I can't wait to see it. It's stuff like that you can't do on a console. You just can't. You just can't. And nobody wants to say that. They act like these are all the same things and they all do the same things, but they don't. They don't and they won't. You'll never have the option to do that. on your regular console. And that's why I have both. This is why I have all the things. Because this is like my favorite hobby. It's why we do the podcast, or at least why I do the podcast. Yeah, so I don't do vacations. I don't want to see the world. I want to play Wind Waker dual screens on my Steam machine and Steam Deck. That's what I want to do in life, and I'm hoping that happens. I'm gonna have to get one of these GameCube faceplates. Let's see here. What I saw this one. I saw the custom one. So I think I bookmarked one of these. So I've seen this one, and I've seen this one. This person's doing stickers, which I may get, but then I would need a blank faceplate because I wouldn't want to put the stickers on my other console. I don't like that. But they have a GameCube one as well. Look at that. Even though that being a sticker, if that is flat, it doesn't look like. I mean, it looks pretty good. But decals would be legit. I would definitely grab some decals for sure. I don't know what that was. I just scrolled down by. But Etsy's going to go nuts for this stuff. I would expect like AliExpress and eBay to go crazy for this stuff. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm pretty jazzed. That golf game, the Underpar Golf, the golf sim, the Sid Meier Sim golf clone. The moment the Steam controller, as I'm looking at the Steam controller, the moment the Steam controller was announced, with the touchpads and like seeing all the mouse and how it can go back and forth, I immediately stopped playing that game with the sole intent on, I'm going to wait for the Steam machine and the Steam controller, and I'm going to play that game there because I'll have the best of both worlds. I can play with a controller, and then in the moments that I need a mouse or a mouse would be better, I can just use the mouse on the controller with my thumbs and do that, with the haptics. I've been nesting. Like I said, I've been planning. I already have games set aside that I'm going to play. I've never played Sleeping Dogs. That's the reason I keep bringing it up. It's a game that I've been told by a lot of people that everyone thinks I'll love it, and I just never played it. And I tried to play it a couple months ago on PlayStation 5, and it doesn't work anymore. It's not supported. I think you can play it on Xbox. I don't have an Xbox anymore. So I'm going to play that there. I've got a handful of others that I'm going to wait to play it there. I just got a Yuka Replayly. I got it on Steam on discount, and I'm going to play that when I get my Steam machine. So those will probably be the first two games I think I'm planning to play. But yeah. Like I said, I'm just generally excited, and I wanted to share that a little bit with everybody. If you cared. If you don't, you can yell at us in the comments. We don't read the comments, but I would tell you, like I tell anyone else, if you care to talk with me, join the Discord. Come find us, and I'd be happy to, to hash it out there with anyone out there that's listening to it. But I'm pretty excited about this computer, and I can't wait to buy one. I'm hoping this isn't the new norm. In the years ahead, I'm hoping that this isn't what local compute costs us. But if it is, I'm going to keep buying it. Because the alternative of renting compute and streaming everything and, like that AI pitch that they're kind of pushing, to me, that's the worst case scenario. I'll spend more to not have that. And that's more or less kind of the approach I'm taking with the Steam machine. But I think I've said most things that I wanted to say. At least some of the points that I wanted to make. I wanted to put them out in the ether. So I'll kind of stop talking about this so much. Let's go back and let's read some of the comments. So let's see here. We've got Regulation Gaming says you can do it on a Wii U. You're right, and I have a Wii U, but I'd like to do it on my PC too. Why not? Let's see here. We've got I Can't See is, have you seen the companion cube case for the Steam machine? That's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, D-Brand has that. So let me pull this down real quick. Let's go search that up. D-Brand companion cube. I can't wait for them to make other versions of this stuff. Like, I'm not going to get this one. But I'm excited of like what this concept could mean for the Steam machine for other applications. Like, what other cubes will people cube it out with? But this is rad. I think they said that they already sold out because they went up for pre-order, I think, yesterday with the Steam machine drop. And yeah, like people went nuts for this thing. So it's pretty cool. It's even got a little controller skin. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Rebecca says, let's go fuck the haters. My girl. There's that energy, man. Like, I don't know what that is about me. It's like the Wii U thing, like I get excited for these things, and you know this, obviously, if you're a visitor because you found us in the Steam Machine algorithm, you may not know this about me, but Rebecca in our chat definitely does. I'm genuinely excited for this shit. I always am. Like, I get excited about stuff like this, and I want to share that. So when the internet collectively hates on something, just like drop the price, right? Or that direct. I'm not sure if you noticed that, Rebecca. We haven't had a chance to talk because I've been working. Right, the direct that came out, everyone hated it. And they said it was a bad direct, and then like you gave it like 3 days, and I think everyone's back on it's a good direct again. I don't know what that is. It's just internet, I guess. It's just internet culture for everyone to just hate everything at face value. But I like even the people that were like it was a middling direct. I've already seen them making like hype videos since. They're like, "Why I'm so excited for Zelda." It's like when Zelda was shown, they were upset they didn't show more, but then on Tuesday they were happy to make "I can't wait for Zelda" video. I hate shit like that. That's so stupid. Like, why can't you just like the thing? Why can't you just be happy? You know, I think TikTok has helped. I went on TikTok and people are fucking through the roof about Ocarina of Time. And I'm like, I knew they were. That's why I was standing on that business. I'm not going to let the internet bully me into thinking that direct was bad. It was an awesome direct, fire direct, awesome day. And yeah, like that energy, I think, is what made me want a podcast. Like you seeing people hate on something like Link Between Worlds back in the day. Like, yeah, that made me, I was like, I want to record something. Not to invalidate others, but just to validate myself. You know, just as everyone else has the right and ability to make their hate videos, so do I. I have the right and the ability to let people know why I'm going to buy one. I'm not going to buy one of these faceplates for $1,000. I'm sure that's just a standing price until they get better ones. But it's pretty funny. They put them in there $1,099. That's nuts. Yes, Stingray, eat the hype. Eat the hype. That's what I'm doing, man. I am eating the hype. I'm in so many ways, as I've talked about, throughout this almost hour-long rant of mine, it feels like a full circle for me. Like, I was there for the Steam Machine the first time, and had that been what I wanted it to be, I don't think I ever would have done the PlayStation, Xbox stuff and the things that happened the years to follow until this very moment. Because it's like the Steam Machine represents something to me that I've been trying to get to. I've been trying to get to this complement to my Switch, right? Or my Nintendo console. Like, I want my Nintendo console for all the Nintendo things and my Nintendo indies and all the reasons why I love those. And then I want the other thing that does all the other things. And I look at the Steam Machine and I go, they nailed it. It's exactly the thing that does all the other things that I want. And is it as powerful as a 4080 or a PS? No. Do I care? Not really. No, because I'm playing Disc Golf Masters. Let me pull up some of the other games I've been playing. Let's see here. It's a very Sweet Hanks kind of show. Let's see here. Go to library. Recently played. Yeah, I'm playing. I played Takeover 2 demo. I played Sin Reloaded. I'm playing Washington Prime, which is a hilarious boomer shooter. Sensory Overload, which I got from Jeff Grubb. Normal golf game. Super Battle Golf. Poker Night, the inventory. Bloodshed, Tape to Tape, Big Helmet Heroes, Mega Bunk, Starship Troopers, Out of Line, Death Road to Canada, Super Video Golf, Mini Shoot Adventures, Ball Pit, Schedule 1. These are all the damn games I'm playing on my Steam Deck. This is what I play, like I'm not doing all that. So, yeah, that doesn't matter as much to me, but I've already said that. At this point, I feel like I'm repeating myself. So I'm going to stop a bit. Let's see here. Let's keep reading them. Brendan says, I worry about how available the Steam Machine will be, seeing how the Steam controller went. That's a really good point. I don't think they're going to make a lot of these because I don't think they're going to sell a lot of them. There is demand there. I do believe there's demand. They're going to sell out day one. I just think they might sell out because they only made like 50,000 of them and not, 3 million of them. But I do believe, at least on the controller front, I believe they're holding a lot of controllers for console bundles. And I think depending on how that sells and who buys that, I think that might dictate to the rest of everyone. If you already have a controller in, maybe you get bumped up a little bit if a lot of people just go for just the PC and not the bundle. Yeah, Yarden, I'm with you, man. You should never have to justify how you spend your own money. It is ridiculous. And we run into this constantly. Every time any gaming hardware gets announced, we compare it to whatever the thing is at the moment, and then we say whether it's better or not. And then if it's not better in every which way, people go, it's a waste of time. You should never buy it. If I lived by that rule, I wouldn't buy anything. I've bought so much gaming junk and consoles and controllers and systems and games. I've bought so many games that I already have in different places. Obviously, I'm a 1% gamer. I think most of us are. I think I would count the majority of our community is probably in that 1% gaming customer bundle. But we're the ones that eat the hype. We're the ones that love this stuff so much that we want to create content about it. I wish there was more people that, wanted to make content about the things they actually liked. I talked about it before, so somewhat repeating myself, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot of that in the wake of this price. It's that, like, I don't think people actually wanted a Steam Machine. I think there's more people that wanted to make videos about the Steam Machine than actually wanted the Steam Machine. And I feel like there's a clear distinction to maybe draw, because I do believe there's a community out here that just want the Steam Machine. They don't care about this other stuff. They don't care about the price per pixel ratio. They don't care about what it can't do or what you could buy. They don't care because it doesn't matter. It's a weird thing that we do. I was kind of saying it earlier in Discord. I was arguing with Tiger Shark Halfpenny. I'm not sure if he's here. Is Penny in the chat? I know he was here earlier. I don't know if he's still there. The thing that I'm seeing online is people like, oh, you could buy this PC, oh, you could buy this PlayStation. They're basically just coming up with the very machinations of what you could buy instead. And that's really like someone saying, like, hey, I want an Apple. And then you go, yeah, but you could have this pear. And it's like, that's cool. I like pears. But I wanted an apple. I wanted to buy an apple, though. Like, that's what I was after. And the pear isn't an apple. I kind of feel like I'm seeing, like, that's what it feels like to me. Like somebody saying, like, oh, I like the Steam Machine. I don't have to build it myself. I like the size. Like, it's doing what I want. I already have a Steam library. Like, for whatever reason, they want a Steam Machine. And the rebuttal that people are getting is like, oh, but you could get a PlayStation 5. Yeah, but that's not a Steam Machine. It's kind of not the point. You're bypassing what the person said. The person said, I want this, and you offered that. Well, that isn't this. That's not the same thing. Or it's like, oh, I like a Steam Machine. I think the faceplates are cool. I think the size is cool. I think it's going to look good in my living room. And they're like, oh, just build your own desktop. Okay. What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. You gotta unify the handles. Regulation Gaming is Penny. My bad, man. It's hard to keep up with handles and real names, and you gotta be like Brendan levels of awesome for me to remember your name and your handle. Because most people I just know by their handles. We could walk by each other in real life, and I don't know. But if you told me, yo, I'm Half Penny, I'm like, oh, and I feel like I know you, from all the years we spent talking together. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, like that Wario tweet. Oh, you could get this PC instead. It's like, well, yeah, but I didn't want a 2-foot tower with 8 RGB fans in it. I wanted a Steam Machine. Like, someone show me an equivalent to a Steam Machine. Actually, I can. I'm gonna do that now. If it's still there, let me bring this down a bit. Let's see, go to my eBay, because I had been watching some computers, like, in case the Steam Machine got canceled. I had a couple things that I had saved just in case. It looks like one of them did sell, but I'll bring them up. I'll bring them up so everyone can see, because I feel like this is not what's being told. Actually, they've both sold. All right, so this is the Fractal Ridge ITX mini PC that I had been keeping an eye out on in case the Steam Machine got canceled. Right? And like, this is something more in line with the Steam Machine. It's a minimalistic design. It's a mini PC. Notice that this is not nearly as mini as the Steam Machine. It's pretty tall, right? But like, this is it. It's $1,350 and it's sold. It's done. This thing's gone. This was the other one that I was looking at, and this was the one that I kind of liked. This was the one that I was kind of after. This is the 9070, or what is it? The 9070. I have that right? The 7900 XT. This was like the one that's just a step up from the Steam Machine, right? And this one has also been sold. Now look at this. Again, ITX motherboard. Again, not as small as the Steam Machine at all. This is a mini PC, but this is like twice the size of Steam Machine. But this would have fit in the cubby. It would have stuck out the back of it, but it would have fit in there. So like this was capable, right? And this looks legit. This is pretty great. This is $1,600 and it's sold. So like, while it's possible to do it yourself and have your own thing and whatnot, like, yeah, that works. You're just going to be making compromises. You're going to trade something to get in there, you know? That's always going to be there. Let's see here. Rebecca says, read my comment. You could buy this Apple, or you can drive out to an Apple order and pick one yourself. It's just as delicious, but it's 4 times uglier. 100%, Rebecca. Like, the fact that Linus even made that video, I don't know. Like, it just feels like a bad faith argument to me. It's like, and I'm not saying that he's wrong for making it. It just feels indifferent. Like, these aren't the same things. He's like, I built a PC that's better than Steam Machine. It's like, we all could build a PC that's better than Steam Machine. Can you build a Steam Machine that's better than the Steam Machine? That should be the question. And nobody is answering that question. They're like, well, no, we can't do that. And it's like, okay, then. So then maybe it's not all that bad. You know, like the other one argument I made is like, I like a Switch too. I think it's cool. It's a smaller form factor. I like you can play games on the go. Like, I want one of those. And then someone's like, just buy a PlayStation 5. Sure, like you can just buy, but they're not the same. Those aren't the same things. They're not remotely close to being the same things. Let's see here. I'm interested to see. I can't see says, I don't like that side of gaming culture. Just buy a blank. Yeah. And I do feel like, you know, it is a part of the culture. I think this happens every time hardware enters the chat. I am probably done this myself. I think we all probably have. You probably find a podcast where I said, like, why buy something? But I feel like I would make those cases typically not like on the same grounds that these are being made. You know, like if I said something like, I've probably told people, like, don't buy an Xbox. Right. And that's because of like, look what the fuck's happening at Xbox. You know, like, yeah, get a Steam Machine, spend more, you'll be happier. Yeah, and that's another point. Speaking of you'll be happier, that may be my last point. I want to tell a little story about work before I go eat dinner. I really like Valve hardware. And I feel like there's another underrepresented part of this conversation is that Valve typically, historically, makes excellent hardware. Like when they make hardware, they're usually just really well thought out, well planned, like built for the customer kind of experience. That's so different than go get generic PC case and plug in a bunch of wires and shit into it and then try to use that. Like the experience that you're going to have as a user on a Steam Machine over the years is going to be so much better than that. I had gaming PCs. I've had 4. I've had like 4 like real legit gaming PCs. I had an MSI gaming laptop. I had an Acer, the ROG Zephyrus gaming laptop. That was an excellent machine, by the way. I had an Alienware 3080, and I had an Alienware 4080. I had issues with all of them, every single one of them. And when I mean by issues, I mean they're all different, but similar issues. On both the laptops, constantly had to worry about heat. Right? You just get throttled. And the small form factor in the laptop, it can just only do so much before it gets really, really hot. I'll never forget my MSI. I couldn't even type on it while in game because the keyboard would be so hot, it'd be like hot to the touch. Like you couldn't, like it was uncomfortable to leave your hands on it. My last Alienware, the 4080, that was a nightmare of issues that I had over the years that I had that thing. My fan curves, the application, the Alienware monitor support program, that just stopped working. And none of my fans would kick on when they needed to. So every time I played a game, I had to manually take care of the fans. And then I get to the one point where I was trying to play a game and the system would just crash. And then through my tech support dev, he told me I had to open it up and replace the thermal paste, which is something PC gamers do all the time. Guess what? I don't want to do that ever. I was like, what are we talking about? Why do I have to do this? And this is why I have a Mac Mini now. I don't want to deal with that. The idea that the software would just stop and it just didn't work anymore. That's insane. That's not something we're ever going to worry about with the Steam Machine. The Steam Machine is just going to work. It's just going to work. It's super quiet. It's going to be cool. You're going to be able to play. Is it going to be the best thing you could ever play on? No. But are you ever going to have to troubleshoot it like a PC? I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. I've never had to do that with my Steam Deck at all, ever, any of them. And I've literally opened them all up and replaced things and customized button, put them all back together. I've never had any issues like that with my Steam Deck. And I really do feel like many people are just omitting that from the conversation. That like Valve's hardware is equivalent to the Acer 90 desktop tower at Walmart. I'm positive it's not. If you want to follow that advice and go buy one of those, I wish you all the best. But I feel like it's not going to go well for you. I feel like that decision has an expiration date on it. Eventually, that PC is not going to work. Be it Windows or driver support or whatever, cooling, thermal paste, whatever it is, something's going to happen because you bought a gaming PC at Walmart, which is not a great idea. So, all right, let's see here. Rebecca says, sue me, but I love SteamOS. Who doesn't? It's incredible. Yeah, the Steam OS experience is what we're signing up for. Even at the higher price, it's worth it. Indio says he signed up for all of them. Yeah, I think everyone. I feel like should I sign up for the ones that don't have the controller? Like I don't want to do that. You know, let's see here. Let's go back because I don't want it without the controller. To be honest with you, like I want the controller. Like the day I do this, I want the controller. So I'm signed up for both the controller bundles, but should I sign up for the cheap one just in case I don't get into any of those? That would be a bummer. I'm gonna let it rock. I was gonna leave it with just the expensive version, but I did sign up for the 512 because I do have an external drive I can use if I need to. Let's see here. I Can't See says, on the Xbox side of things, I like the price and form factor over the PS5. The S was on a deep Black Friday discount. Hey, the S, as the generation went on and the prices went up and everything, the S continues to prove itself. I think when it comes to, I think the Xbox Series S is the best Steam Machine comp. Like if you were looking for something similar and you said, hey, maybe get this instead, it's a lot cheaper. My answer would be a Series S. I'd be like, hey, if you were interested in Steam Machine and, 4K isn't the greatest thing to you and you don't care about all that, yeah, Series S is a great option. But again, you're locked to Xbox where you just have to buy the things through the Xbox store and you're not going to be able to do the retro and you're going to be doing the emulation. Let's see here. Can I put up Steam? No. Well, I was already there. I don't think it's here. But I could go. I was going to see if I could pull up my library. I don't think so. So I have a Steam family of all PSVG folks. We've been together for years. It's me, Josh, Kyle, Dev, and me. And Jack. Jack and Nathan was the other name I was looking for. Collectively, between all of us, we basically own all of Steam. So while people are like, oh my God, the price is too high, I look at the price and it's like me paying that price is going to open me up to being able to play 10,000 games because we just own everything in Steam. And it makes me want to buy games on Steam because if I buy Fable, like I did, I'm pre-ordering Fable from Steam, suddenly everyone in my Steam family can just play Fable. And we have a channel in our community where we go in there. I can show that. Let's see here. Can I go into the Steam fam? Let me see if I can find it. Look, it's our Steam fam. Here you go, private Discord. I'm showing private Discord chats where we just send each other screenshots of games we buy each other. This is the greatest thing in the world. Josh is on. I've replaced. Josh is on Humble Bundle, so he just dumps all of his Humble Bundle codes in every day. You know me, I'm buying games by the buckets. I love a good deal. I love a good sale. I love a bunch of indies, so I'm just grabbing stuff. We do this constantly. So yeah, the price is more expensive for the hardware, but look at what I'm getting for it once I plug the hardware in. I feel like I'm getting so much more than what our standard consoles are typically giving me. Let's read some more chats here. Where's the Rebecca's? Rebecca signed up for the 1. I'm hoping you're going to get it. You think I'm going to get the... I'm scared everyone signed up for the 2 terabyte 1. And I only say that because of the Steam Deck. When the Steam Deck was announced, everyone bought the most expensive one. And yeah, that's another point that I was thinking that I didn't bring up earlier. You know, we talk about the prices. This happened when Switch 2 happened, and it happened when PlayStation 5 went up, and it happened every time a handheld got announced. Everyone keeps telling everyone else what's too expensive, but nobody does anything about it when everyone buys it. Everyone bought the most expensive Steam Deck. I think actually Valve had a really hard time selling the LCDs because everyone just wanted the OLED, and they just paid like, you know, $700 for a Steam Deck. And then the Ally came out, and everyone bought one of those, myself included. And then the Claw came out, and people bought that. And then the Xbox Ally is $1,000. You know, I wouldn't buy that, but I think the Steam Machine's worth a lot more than the Xbox Ally is. And, you know, it's only a couple $100 more, you know? And so Dev's here. What's up, buddy? Dev says, just sign up for all. Why wouldn't you hedge your bets? There's no reason why, but here is how it works. They're going to do a random draw. If you sign up for all 4, it's not like you're going to make the list for all 4. Whichever is the most expensive one you signed up for, that's the list they're going to put you in. So if I'm in the 2 terabyte and the 512, it's not like I get 2 chances. If my name gets pulled, I'm going in the 2 terabyte list, and that's it. There is some math there where it makes me think not signing up for all 4 is better. But I don't know. You might be right. I don't know, Dev. I don't know. I'm torn. I want the controller, and the controllers are on back order. So if you don't get the Steam Machine with a controller, like, dude, chances are you may not get a controller until like next year. Like, they're on back order until like 2027. I don't want to wait that long. I kind of would rather wait on the Steam Machine with a controller than try to wait on a controller separately. And that may sound stupid. I mean, I do have extra controllers. I could. I don't know. I don't know what I should do, man. I'm real torn. Someone give me a better reason to sign up for the other one. Nerf the family plan. They did, kind of. Not exactly. All right, here's what happened with the family plan. When they announced the family plan, you could just sign up anybody, like any of your friends list could join your family plan. You could just fill up. And that's what we did. So we got in early. It was like the day it came out, I was like, invites to everybody, come join our family plan. Then after that, they made it to where it's like it has to be in your household. And what that means is that the account that signs into your family plan has to like touch your network or be within the radius of you. Now there are ways around that, obviously. So like that's really even not that much of a limitation. And the example I'll give you is Kyle. So Kyle from Border Video Games, he joined our family plan. I think he was the last person to join. He came like a year after we made the plan, after they already changed the rules and who to join. So when he first said, hey, I want to join, my first thought was just mail me your Steam Deck. Mail me your Steam Deck and I'll sign in on Steam. We'll get you added to the family and I'll mail it back. But obviously, I don't want to say obviously, maybe people don't know. I eventually was like, well, you know what? I have a bunch of devices. Just give me your password. So I pulled out a Chromebook, downloaded the Steam app to it, signed in as Kyle on my Chromebook here in my house, added him to the family plan, accepted it, and then signed out of it. And now he's in our family plan. So as long as you have trust with your friends, you're not just like trying to hook up with strangers. You can add anybody to your family plan. And it's like, I read all the people. I don't know how many. It's like 6 or 8 people. It's kind of nuts. And a big reason why I'm willing to spend more money on the Steam Machine is the family plan, honestly. Because I can't tell you, it's both fun to buy games for everybody, but it's like it pays for itself. Like I'll just be sitting there and Josh is like, yeah, we own Gears of War now. Like I'm sure someone else is going to buy Halo. I'm never going to buy Halo Campaign Evolved, but guess what? Someone in my Steam family is, and then I'll just be able to play it. You know, so it's like you just get, I don't know, the family plan. I'm almost scared to say it out loud on the internet. The family plan feels like cheating. Like every time we get to do it, I'm kind of like, are you sure, Valve? Like, are we allowed to do this? Is someone going to come kick down our door? Because it is exactly that. We have a library that we can just check in and out of. I could pull up my Steam app and show it to you guys, but I don't want to change the source on the share that I have. Oh, excuse me. I'm hoping everything's working well. But we looked at it one day. I don't remember what it is. It's like 10,000 games. It's like stupid the amount of games I have on our Steam library across everybody. It's like all the games. Like anything you could think of, I guarantee you we probably have it. Unless it's like some obscure thing. There's just a bunch. And it really does makes me want to buy games there. Like I want to buy games on Steam because of it. I really like it. Rebecca says, I don't want to sign up for the 2 terabyte one because knowing my luck, I'll get put in that one. So that is the reason that I was going to do the 2 terabyte and stay there. Because I feel like a lot of people will sign up for all of them and then they'll get put into the 2 terabyte list and then not buy because it's so expensive. Like they'll just decide, never mind. And then like maybe that'll move me up the list. I was thinking that. I kind of did the 512 with the controller just in case I don't make the list. And they could put me in the other one. Like I want the more storage, but I'll gladly take the smaller one and just get my own SSD at some point. So, let's see here. Dev said they ain't Nerf our family plan. We grandfathered in. That's for real. I Can't See says with the face plates, you can also use a rink display. That's true, and you're gonna have like the animated. Oh my god, I forgot about the animated screens. I'm so glad you brought this up. I Can't See. I know they're going to do the e-ink displays. I'm excited to see what else they come up. You know we're going to get like some lights and some custom little panels. Oh, that's what I need. I need a panel that I could just like program my own screen to. What if someone made a panel where you could use Wallpaper Engine and just set it and it just plays? I would pay hundreds of dollars for that thing. That would be great. Yeah, Stingray, if you've got it, Dev says 2,513 games in the family library. It's insane. Rebecca, if you don't make the first round of the drawing, you can just add it to the general wait list, and then you just wait as waves. As they produce more waves, they'll just keep coming out from there. That is correct. All right, I've podcasted an hour and a half by myself on just the Steam Machine. I do want to leave you all with a story that I have, and I'm really happy that Dev is here, and maybe Rebecca, because I thought this was a funny story that you guys might enjoy. So I'll just say this: World Cup's going pretty great. Work has been pretty good. It's like a fun kind of work. It's a lot of hours, so it's tiring. I really needed these days off. I think we worked 13 straight days before we got a day off. And then we just have these 2, and then we're going to go do another, I think it's another 10 in a row or something like that. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. I think we're about halfway through. One of the things that do piss me off is we go to work tomorrow. Thursday was supposed to be an off day. So we're supposed to have these 2 days, and then we work, and then we have another off day. They just took that day off from us for some reason. Like FIFA just decided they wanted to have another day. I have no idea how that's even possible. I still don't. I'm still shocked and confused. Like, obviously, I guess money, but like, and here's what I mean by this. So we've been planning for a year for World Cup. There's a schedule of days that we're working, and it's not just us. Think about it from like a city and a state. There are thousands of people committed to this event, like employees that have to work. So we all had the schedule. We've been planning for a year and all of that. Out of nowhere, FIFA goes, oh, we want to do it on Thursday. Like during the event, not like a month ago, like yesterday. They were like, we want to do Thursday. So now we're all just working Thursday because FIFA said, like, I feel like you need to get an agreement or something. Like meetings have to be had. Like, don't you need a commitment from law enforcement and everyone that, yes, they want to do another day, but apparently not. Apparently Mr. FIFA was just like, we want to do another day, and we are. I don't know how that works. That's some bullshit, but my day off was taken from me. But here's the story. I was going to tell this. I was going to save it for PSVG, but I probably forget by the time I get a chance to podcast again. So I had to sleep at work multiple days. This is not uncommon for me. I live a pretty good ways away from work. You know, like even without traffic, I'm a 50-minute drive one way from the office. And if there is traffic, it'd be 90 minutes. Easily could be 90 minutes. Most days it's 90 minutes. So I've slept at work a bunch. We have like a bunk room in the back. We go in there and sleep. I usually sleep because if you're working a 13-hour day, and let's say we have a lot of days where we're working till midnight or 1 o'clock, and then we have to be back by like 8 or 9 in the morning, right? So if I only have 9 hours and I have to be back, I'm going to lose an hour driving home. I'm going to lose an hour driving back. Now I'm down to 7 hours. If I come home and eat something or look at my phone, now I'm down to 6 hours, right? You see the math, you're like, I'm only getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep. I got to be back out. It's just easier for me to just go to sleep. So I brought all my stuff and I made my bunk and everything. So I'm sitting in the back of this bunk room. Now I want to give you like the lay of the land. It is very much like a back rooms kind of look, right? It's an office building from the 80s. It looks like a 1980s office building. It's not great. And you have that hum that the building has, like the air conditioning, that drone that like county buildings usually have. So I'm sitting there in the back. We worked all day. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to go to sleep. And I had a nightmare. Now I have never, I've obviously I've had nightmares in the past. I don't normally dream. Like rarely, if ever. My wife has nightmares all the time. She tells me about these crazy nightmares she has like every day. I never have a nightmare. I haven't had a nightmare in, I don't know, like since I became an adult. I can't remember the last time I had a nightmare. I think since I was like 12. It's been forever since I had a nightmare. But I was laying there in bed, scrolling YouTube, probably like I was today, like looking at Steam Machine videos. And I was laying there in bed, scrolling my phone, watching videos, and I fell asleep. Now, in my dream, I was sitting on bed watching videos. So just make that switch with me. So I'm sitting there doing that, and then in my dream, that's what's happening. I'm sitting there scrolling videos. And I come across a video of a person that loves PSVG. And it's like a channel, and their channel was about us. Like they were making a channel about our podcast. And they were talking about like their favorite hosts and everything. And it's kind of like this anonymous, like shadowy type person's like talking over the video. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat. And I start scrolling through the channel. And he's like talking about this person and that person. And then it gets darker. And I come across like in like the third or fourth video, I come across a video. He's like, oh my God, I love these guys. I can't wait to meet them. And then there's like a video. Like, remember, I'm seeing this through my phone while I'm laying in bed where I currently am. I'm looking at a video of this person parked out of what I believe to be Delvin's house. And he's like videoing Delvin. He's like, this is where he lives. I'm in Florida. I'm about to meet Delvin. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is going on? And I'm like, and I'm starting to get like scared, but again, it's a nightmare. I click the next video. He's in Delvin's room. He's filming Delvin while he's asleep. And he has like gloves on. I can see the gloves like on the phone. And I was scared. I click the next video. Oh my God, he's filming me while I'm asleep at the office. Like exactly where I was with the camera, everything like he was over me. Like I was watching myself sleep. And he has the leather gloves and he like brushed the curl on my hair. And the way I woke up, like hypervent, like I was like terrified. Absolutely terrified in a way that I haven't been terrified in so long. I was like, like I got up, looked down the hallway. I was so scared. Like I was sure it was real. It felt because like I guess I just didn't notice when I drifted off to sleep, like between then, right? So it's almost like life bled into my dream. Like it kept the same scenario. It scared the hell out of me. It rocked me. Like the next morning, I was like off for a bit. Like it took a minute. I explained it to the team. I was like, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen, man. Like that's a real scary movie. We should make that movie. We should get a famous YouTuber and make that movie. Oh, it was terrifying. And he had like this creepy voice. I can feel the chill. I'm getting chills even. It was that real. And it scared the shit out of me. And I just thought it was a funny story. I didn't sleep well that night. And it wasn't because of the dream. It was because of I didn't plan very well. Our bunk rooms used to have blankets and pillows, but apparently, because I don't work downtown most days anymore. I've been out of our warehouse, so I haven't been downtown in like a year. Apparently, since the last time was downtown, they got rid of all that stuff. I only brought like my one blanket. I didn't bring a pillow or anything, so I was somewhat uncomfortable, and I think that's why I had the scary dream, because I was just like sleeping on a mattress, like my one blanket. I was very uncomfortable that night, so I had a real rough night's sleep. It was my first night too. So I had to go back home, get sheets, get pillows and everything, come back. And it's been fine since then, but it scared the shit out of me. I thought I'd let you guys know that. But anyway, yeah. That's an hour and a half, man. Right before dinner here. My wife should be walking in the door any minute. I miss you guys. I miss hanging out with you guys. I'm ready for work to be over. I miss playing games. I hate that I'm going to not see Star Fox, but I am hoping my name gets pulled in this random draw for the Steam Machine. And if you're out there and you're another person out there like me and you're excited for the Steam Machine, you're not alone. I know IGN and everybody else hates it, but there are those of us that love Steam and love games, and we're still really excited for it. It's very much worth it for me. A little bit more expensive. Maybe you have to save. Maybe you don't get it day one. But if you were excited about it, I still think you should be. And as I look at my Steam library here, this is a screenshot I think that Nathan sent us. Look at this. I wasn't even paying attention. I just had it up. He's got The Man Who Erased His Name, Spider-Man 2, Last of Us 2. These are all just in my Steam library. I didn't pay for any of these. Nathan bought all of these games. Horizon, Nathan bought all of these games for us. We just get to play them because of Steam Family Plan. Steam's amazing. Steam's great. And more people need to remember that. When they sit there and do this dead on arrival bullshit and make all their videos and all their thumbnails. I'm going to make a dumb thumbnail to go with this podcast, by the way. I'm going to do one of those dumb YouTube thumbnails. Let me go pull it up. I'm going to do one of these dumb things. Oh, dead on thumbs down, destroyed. I'm going to do one of these, because people don't, heaven forbid, people take Steam for granted. Like they're literally being sued because their service is so good, nobody wants to use the Epic Game Store. That's how great Steam is. Epic's like, we'll give you the game, and people are fuck off. We love Valve because Steam is great. It's great for us, for the consumer. They let us give us automatic refunds and automatic returns, and let us try before we play, and all the demos and all the Next Fest and all the sales. Like, it's a great service. That's why it's been so popular. And it's not without its faults, but it is a great service. And I don't know about others, like these console manufacturers, they make hardware to build a store. That's the whole point. Well, Valve already has the store. Their store is good with or without hardware. They're making this hardware because they're trying to reach either new people, or they're trying to create a device. In my opinion, when I look at the Steam Machine, they're trying to create something that doesn't exist. There is no Steam Machine-like equivalent PC that you can put in your living room. There just isn't. You can make your own, like as we talked about, but you're going to trade something. Most often, you're going to trade looks. It's going to look like a Dell Optiplex with an RGB fan sitting next to your television. Nobody wants that. I don't want it. I don't think any of the people saying buy it want that. I don't think any of these people commenting or sharing this tower from Wario, he sent this as soon as it came out, and this is why he posted this, was the Steam Machine. I don't think any of these people saying buy this, I don't think any of these people are actually going to buy this. I need someone to show me this sitting in their living room next to their television before I lose hope in my Steam Machine. And and that's it. I'm going to get out of here. It's been fun. I'm glad that I was able to do this. I'm happy that you guys hung out with me here. The thumbs down thumbnail is so funny. Yeah, who was a Hardware Unbox? I think I saw it yesterday. Yeah, look at this. The YouTube thumbnail is something, obviously, we don't do it. I've never kind of liked that. I get it. It's the game and all that. It gets attention. I'm just not going to do it. But I'm going to do one for this video just out of spite. Because I think it's just so stupid. But yeah, man. The dev says I want that. Are you gonna get the PC? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I made chili tonight, so I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I'm gonna go hang out with the family. I think I'm gonna watch a horror movie before I have to go back to work and everything sucks. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play my Steam Deck. You know what I'm gonna play on it? not Alan Wake 2. I love that that's the benchmark, that ass game. It was like, it doesn't do Alan. Nobody wants to play Alan Wake anyway. I'm going to play Formula 2.5. Formula 2.5. This 2D, it's like Outlast, but it's an F1 game. It's fucking awesome. It's on Next Fest. You should play it too. And that's it, everybody. I'm out of here. Dev, if you would like to post this to the pod feed, you can. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it as a video. I'm going to make a stupid thumbnail, and I'm going to post it. I'll see you guys whenever I get back. I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you again. Good night, Kooplings. Ooh. Should I do the outro? I wasn't going to do an outro. Yeah, we should do an outro. Uh-oh, I can't. Can I?
Nobody's sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, the edges.